And hello everyone, welcome to today's race. It is the PlayStation or Ero PlayStation Formula 2 Grand Prix. This is round 2 and we are at the Miami track. It looks to be dry for quali, which is always good to see. Nobody really wants rain and it looks dry, so that is good to see. Today I'm joined with my teammate in Formula 3, Alex Wells, and he will be with me today helping out with the commentating. The drivers today, again, like last week, it's a bit of a mix with F2 drivers, permanent drivers, and a mix of F3 drivers and F2 reserves. In the Mercedes we'll start off with, we have Prime Vilzer, are known as Veal and Masiek. They got P5 and P6 in the British Grand Prix last week, so good finishes by both of them, and they'll probably look to try get something similar in this race. Next we have is Red Bull, which we have Bashi, who won in Britain, got a P1 in Britain, so he'll be looking to perform very well again, the Albanian driver. And his teammate, Jericho. Jericho couldn't race last week, but he is the other permanent Red Bull driver, and he is joining Bashi for a Red Bull driver lineup. Next, we could go to Ferrari, which we have two reserve drivers. Neither permanent driver is joining us today. So we have Ennis, the F3 driver, and SBSK, I'll probably just call him K, who is a F2 reserve driver who still seems to be in the pits. We will watch Ferry on his lap. Oh no, he's invalidated. Next I believe is Bashi. So he got P1 in Britain, like I said, so we'll watch him and see how he does on his lap as he is the next driver on a lap. We then next move to, let's do Haas, which we only have, no, we do have two drivers here today. We have Nestek, who I believe DNF'd, yes, he DNF'd in Britain, and joined with him is Ferret de Sousa, or known as Ferret, who did not race in the British Grand Prix, so this is his first race. He is the other Haas driver. Next, we could go to Williams. We have one driver missing out of Yulmir. So in for him today is Ivan Belov, I think is how you say it. I believe the Russian driver, I think. And the other, oh no, that's Alpine. And KP. Oh my goodness, I've got this all mixed up, sorry. KP is the other Williams driver. He will join Ferry Wagner, who has binned it. Ferry has binned it, as we see Bashi go P1 with a 26.9. Wow, they are very fast times. We'll probably see a lot more as his teammate as well, Jericho, comes across a 27.3. So, as we see Michael 20, oh, we're seeing loads of people coming across now. Who's next? There's loads of people, isn't there? Ennis goes P5 with a 28.9. With K, we have Romeo, Foley, 28. Have Ivan, went P8. And Alfa Romeo. Pangui starting a lap, I believe. AlphaTauri starting a lap. Haas starting a lap. Nestek and a Mercedes of, yeah, Vilzu, P3. I haven't went through the teams. I'll quickly try to go through the rest. Aston Martin has Mike, who did not race last week, so he is the permanent Aston Martin driver, and he will be racing this week after missing out on last week. And his teammate, I believe, is the other Aston Martin full-time driver, Petuka, KP, 5th place grid penalty with colliding Nestic as well. What is happening? Nestic, a 5th place grid penalty for colliding during qualifying. Another driver as well, I believe it was the Astros guy, or the other Vespa. Was it him? I don't know, something's happened, I'm not sure. But like I was saying, Petuka is the other Aston Martin full-time driver. He got P8 last week in Britain, so he'll probably be looking to try score more points as well. We have... Do we? No, we don't. What other teams have we not done? We haven't done McLaren. McLaren has only one driver today, of Bo. He did not race last week, but is the full-time driver of McLaren, and he does not have a teammate today, so he'll be alone in McLaren, as his teammate Thomas Bowman hasn't said anything about racing, so he gets an unreported absence for that. I believe Linus Schulz might be joining, as Bo goes P7 with a 28.199. I believe Linus Schulz, F3 driver who runs line only, may be joining to go into the McLaren seat. We are not sure. In the Alpine, let's see if I can get this right. Oh, in the Alpine is the permanent driver of Ivan Belov. I was wrong. He's not even a reserve driver. He's a permanent driver at Alpine. And alongside him, I need to make sure I get this right, is this guy here. I have no clue. I'm going to try find him. Oh, he is the other driver. As we see him spin. I caught that on stream. The other permanent driver, his real name is Coutin. I've said that so wrong. He's Dutch. Quinten is the other Alpine driver. He was originally not actually going to be racing today, but it's turned out he can race. So the double Alpine real drivers as well for that. And I believe the last team, who I believe currently sit P1 in the constructors, is Alfa Romeo, which has Pangui and Foley. Both these drivers got on the podium in Britain, Foley with P2 and Pangui with a P3, currently sitting on 33 points in the Constructors' Championship, which is above all the teams. Petuka goes P3. That is quite good. 27.7, as we see. That's Bashi starting a lap. Who is that? Astros? I saw a car coming across, I wasn't sure who it was. Is that Ferret on a lap? Starting a lap. Red Bull of Jericho also coming to start a lap. A Mercedes of Vilzu starting a lap. An Alpine starting. Ivan. Looks like a Haas has spun. I'm not so sure. Let's watch Bashi. Oh no, he's invalidated. Jericho. Will Jericho be up on his time? He will be a 10th down. Would still keep him P2. His Ferry go P3. Beating Petuka by just under 2 hundredths, 19 thousandths. If you want to be... No. Yeah, no, I was right. 19 thousandths between Freiradner and Petuka. Jericho, I believe, is still up on his previous time. Would need about a 4 tenths gain, and he's at 3 and a near 4 tenths. 39 hundredths is 3.9 tenths. He's up. He needs, I think, about 4, maybe even this 3.9 to overtake his teammate Bashi to go provisional pole. He'll come round the last corner now. We'll open up the DRS barely and we'll go pole. Beats Bashi by 13 thousandths. So Red Bull's really, really competitive at the front of the grid as of right now. I also see Mashek, I believe, went fast. Pangri, P3 27.6. As we see. Is he? Oh, that's unlucky. As we see K as well, he spun. Watching Alfa Romeo, I believe, of Pangri to see the incident. No, the car has cleared off the track, so we can't see it. Who is? Mashek goes P6, just overtakes his teammate. And AlphaTauri? Pitting, I think. Not sure. Jericho, most likely on an in-lap. Pangri, he will go P13. Tied with Bo. They have both the exact same time. Ivan as well is only 8 thousandths ahead of both of them. Ivan's down 2.5 seconds on his time. On a slow, I'm guessing. Yeah, 3.5 seconds. So most drivers on the back straight are pitting. So I imagine they'll probably wait a minute or two and then come out for another final lap. Or they may try come out, do a lap, go back in and try another lap. I don't imagine they would attempt to do that. Nobody's on the lap, right? Who? Yeah, 5 tenths. Bo. This could put him around P3. This 5 tenths. Bo comes round. He will have the last 2 corners on the track. He will get P3. Beats Pangri by 12 thousandths. So Bo currently goes provisional P3, which is really good as he's the only McLaren driver today, so trying to score as many points for the team as possible. Most people are in the pits. A few drivers like Petuka just going to start a lap in a second. Ennis. Oh, alright. Nestek, yep, he's on a lap. Hasn't set a time yet, so we will not have any delta to kind of tell what pace he is on. Last season F5 driver, I believe P3 in the championship. He'll come around the last corner and we'll go P7 with a 27.775 and goes in between Petuka and Mashek, but only a few hundredths off of both drivers. So Ennis, is he on a... He coming around? Yeah, Ennis, oh no, he's 3 seconds, he's pitting. Bo, I believe, is also pitting, yep, he's slow. And then Vespa and the AlphaTauri. Who's next? Let's look around. Oh! Quinton is 7... it said they're 7 seconds up. He's spun on his lap though. Yeah, is Petuka coming across the line? Petuka will come across the line. No, he won't. He'll pit. Oh, up 15.5 seconds. And there's Linus joining. Linus Scholes will join now and will go in the McLaren seat. So it will be a full grid today. Just Linus joining a bit late and may have to start at the back because of it. We'll have to wait and see. Quinton comes round the last two corners. Foley goes P3. Quinton will go P16, a 28.3. Let's watch that. Vespa 2.5 tenths up, coming down the straight. DRS wide open. Top speeds of around 210 you can sometimes reach, depending on the downforce you run. Comes round the last big corner, then the last two corners. Come across the line. P12 behind his teammate will set a 28.05. 9 tenths. He'll come. Oh, that's a retire. That might be a retire on track. P8 for Kate. P will set a 27.757. So there's currently, let me get this right, 5 drivers in the 27.7. So we see Vilzu P3 27.3. I believe. Yeah, Fert de Sosa, I believe, retired on track, so I can imagine, unless anyone doesn't report it, that may be a penalty for that. I believe we have a Ferrari. Oh, Venice starting us up, yep. Foley. Oh, retired on track or retired in the pits? I think he's retired in the pits. Oh my, Alex, look at the train. Like F3. There is a train forming on the straight. This happened in Formula 3 with Alex. Alex being involved in that train. It will happen in F2 as well. I believe there's 8 drivers on the back straight right now, with only 35 seconds left. As Linus... Oh, he's invalidated. Linus will probably be trying to set a lap after he joins late. Yeah, 10th and a half. Oh, we see Mike ghosted, losing his front wing. Mike looks to have maybe gone into the wall and has lost his front wing. I don't know who to watch. We've got so many drivers. Let's watch the double Red Bull. Jericho is down 16 hundredths. Bashi, I believe. Oh, Bashi's in front. So Jericho's currently faster than Bashi is. We see Ferry disconnect. But the two Red Bulls is who we're looking out for here. Both fighting for pole. Bashi will be the first one to come across the line. He'll go round the last corner now and will set a 26.5 with Jericho coming across, who sets a 26.9. He doesn't improve. So Bashi, out of nowhere, pulls in about 3.5 tenths in front of his Red Bull teammate. Did you say Pangri? Yeah, Pangri reversing on the grid. That is hilarious. You'll let everyone buy by looks things. Not the greatest of time to go now, as there's a Mercedes coming. Yeah, he'll just stay off track. Yeah. Cut corners. So we'll be near the end of quali. It looks like Bo has backed out of his lap. Linus got a lap in. Oh no, he didn't. Invalidated. Linus shows will start P20 after joining late. And he did get fastest lap last week, so he may do a similar tactic. Box at the end on a pair of softs and try to go for the fastest lap and try to get a point. Bo, no, he's in and in. So yeah, that is it. That is your grid for today's Formula 2 race in qualifying. We have a front row occupied by Red Bull. So that is really good to see. The Red Bull domination. Is Jericho... Did he go on... No, he didn't go on another lap. It's just showing up his old time. But yeah, so we'll see the grid here. We have Bashi, who got... He didn't actually get pole in Britain. I believe Mashik got pole in Britain. So that means Bashi already has a guaranteed point, as he won in Britain, so he'll also probably be looking to try pull a similar result today. As we can see the grid here, we'll go through. So Bashi in P1 in the Red Bull. We then have his teammate Jericho alongside him to fill up the first row of the grid. We then have Vilzu and Foley in P3 and 4 for the second row. We have Bo and Pangri for the third row. Ferry and Patuka for the fourth row. Then we have Mashik and Astros, because KP and Nestic both have grid penalties, which means it drops them back to P14 and P15. The rest of the grid is KP, Nestic, Masiak, Astros, Mike, Vespa, K, Ivan, Ferret, Quinton, Ennis and Linus at the back. I should have had a lot more time there to say the driver names, but I didn't. So I also believe still there's no safety car. No, not a safety car. No formation lap. There's no formation lap, so we'll be right into the racing after, oh my days, a wet race. That is very, very interesting. A wet race. Yeah, there's a possibility. It might be... Is it? Yeah, Ward just took a screenshot of the grid, so I believe it could be... Yeah, it's wet the whole race. Yeah, it looks like the drivers are just driving ahead. Yes, we have a restart. That's just... Oh my goodness, look at this chaos behind. Oh my god. This is what happens when there is a lobby restart. Oh my goodness, the McLaren. Oh, this is fun. I just love seeing this stuff. It's few people as well getting the sound glitch. But it looks like we're having a lobby restart, but it's staying wet the whole race. A photo was sent in. It's wet the whole race. As you can see the strategy down the bottom there. It's wet. Oh my goodness. F5, of course, we're having a lobby restart, so we'll leave the session now. That is really interesting, because F5 quali was a wet quali, I believe. Oh my goodness. It was supposed to be the same session, so I hit the wrong button. Okay. I need an invite. So I need another invite back, as we're still in the same lobby. Of course, I left. That's interesting though. A wet race, a full wet race. As someone sent in a photo. So that is very interesting. Can I still use the old invite? I think I can. I'm back in. Oh, I've just hit spectate again. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's not available anymore. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, okay, so that's us. That's everyone retired, so we'll all load back. The grid will be set as the same as it was in qualifying, and it'll also be... Many people are saying in the chat right now they think it should be a dry, even though it was full wet. So it's interesting. A full wet race is what it was shown to be. Okay, it's fine if you're internet. So here we go. We've got a poll up: wet or dry. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they can't. What just saying no poll. It's staying as wet. What's happening? It's not a... Okay, here we go, yeah. Everyone's on back out. And it will be set. The grid will be set. This is interesting. So it said in game that it was going to be dry for the first 45 minutes of the race. And then it said it was then going to be rain from then on. So us actually seeing rain at the start was technically wrong by how the game said. The game said it was going to be dry. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. I believe it's still going to be made a wet race. I think everyone's trying to say it was dry and everything, but yeah, that's it being made to wet. So that's interesting. Yep, it will be a wet race. There's no changes. It will still be the same. So this will be cool to watch, interesting to watch. At the start, especially, we're going to be seeing a lot of carnage, I believe. But let's see if anyone who has fully practiced in the wet, if they can prevail with this. We're just waiting now as we'll just be I believe we're being set back up, aren't we? The grid, I believe, is being set by Mashek. Yeah, I can't believe it, a full wet race, because of course we've saw other races have been partially... Hold on one sec. So yeah, right now we're just waiting for the grid to be set up by Mashik, who's the lobby host, and then I believe, yeah, it's been set to a full wet, so we're gonna, I mean, that's what it was. Oh, it's been set to dry. Are we basic? So, we might be doing dry. They've made it changed so that it's sunny, and then rain. So we're gonna see. Oh, that's interesting. We're gonna see a change in weather at the end of the race. Alright, so the grid is being set now. Yeah, so right now, grid's being set up. Like I said, it's a changing condition race, so it was supposed to be a full wet race, but in game, the drivers were told that it was going to be dry at the start and then turn into rain. So that is what it's been changed to. It's been changed to what was said to be the weather conditions: dry at the start, and then rain later on in the race. I believe we'll be readying up in a second. Yep, we will ready up now. And yeah, of course, everyone will take their time because of setups, is what's being said. So, starting back up. Who do we think will win? Looking off of last week, I mean, I'd say that the podiums are probably the favourite, I would say. I'm not the biggest, well, I was about to say I'm not the biggest fan of F2. I don't know much about F2. I know a few of the drivers. I've raced with them, or I race with them, like in off season and stuff. I talk with them. But yeah, I think the three podiums last week, Bashi, Foley and Pangui, or you could say are three favourites. Then you could also say Jericho now as well. Bashi's teammate, who is P2 on the grid now, is also a favourite, you could say. So, of course, as well, there's no formation lap. So after the countdown at the top goes out, we will be underway at the Miami Grand Prix. In that order? Ooh, okay. So you think Jericho will come out? Do you mean Jericho P1 or Jericho P3? P1. So you think it will be Jericho P1. Alright, interesting. So we see the countdown now. 20 seconds until the race start. Like I said, no formation that. So we'll be right into it. So you think Jericho P1, Pangri P2 and Bashi P3. Bashi would still get decent amount of points, so would Pangri. Here we go. The countdown is over. Let's have 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It is lights out and away we go. I believe Jericho gets a good start. No, he doesn't. Vilzu gets a brilliant start and is up into P2 ahead. As I see, I think Pangri and Bo. Yeah, Pangri went off track there. Looks like him and Bo having a little bit of fighting, bit of contact. So you can see this camera angle here. The camera angles aren't the greatest. As we have a few overtakes at the back. Mashek having not the greatest of starts. Where did he start? As we can see here, Ivan from P16 to P9 off of the start. Yeah. Oh, there's loads of... Oh, there's so many drivers going off the track. A Pang... That's a Foley and a Patuka. Side by side. Oh, there's... Someone's went slow and it's caused everyone to run into back of one another. Look at this train. Oh my goodness. Ferry Wagner, Patuka, Foley, Ivan, Vespa, Mike, Ferret, Astrov, Nestic, the whole back of the grid's involved with a Ferrari going side by side with Quentin. He'll send it. Oh, Quentin maybe sends it a bit too much. Ferry in the... Oh. Oh, and a spinner. Nestic spun. We witnessed that as well. Nestic has a spin in front. It looks like K has got the move on Quentin, but also K-Pi is side by side. Oh! That isn't the greatest there. The KP and K. KP hits K and K spins round because of it. We see Mike spin off and Ferry Nestic pit from damage. Foley and Patuka side by side. We're in turn 7. We'll go into turn 8, 9 and 10 now. As I believe Patuka has got the position. Yeah, Patuka has got the position over Foley. But they will go side by side yet again. Both on the hard tyres. We'll actually look at the tyres in a second. They're still side by side. Looks like a bit of contact as Foley falls back on Patuka. Patuka goes a bit wide though. But let's get the tyres up. We haven't checked the tyres. So that's why Ivan has gained so many positions. Ivan started on the soft tyres. And will actually look to try go for more positions here, as the 7 drivers in front of him are all on the hard tyres. And then the 4 drivers behind him are all on the hards as well. KP on mediums, then K and Quentin both on hards, then Linus on softs, Ennis and Mike on hards, and Ferry and Nestic having just pitted onto mediums after damage to the wing. So Bashi, the front 4 drivers all out of DRS from the driver in front, as we've got a brilliant view here, helicopter view of the complex section round Mike is retired in the pits. As this camera view is absolutely brilliant. We've got such a good view. Who is? Nestic, probably to retire, I would guess. We may see him retire, potentially. So you see Linus getting Foley. I think Foley spun. Yeah, Foley is spun, because he is slow compared to the drivers behind. The 2 Ferraris, Kate and Ennis, will look to get past him as Foley kind of goes into the wall a little bit. It might be a 3 wide. It's a massive send by K and damage, and Ennis comes along as well, nearly gets the position, but also has a little contact with Foley. Ennis stays in behind. Kate gets the position. However, Foley is still there, and will give him a hard time with DRS down the straight. Ivan gets Patuka there side by side, but Ivan still has the position. Patuka though is side by side with him. Into the last corner. Will space be left? Yes. Will the move get done by Ivan? Yes, it will. With Astrov in the wall. Front wing lost as well, I imagine. Not the safest of rejoins coming out in front of cars. Is he? As we see Patuka and Ivan. Ivan spun. The soft runner who was up at the front has spun. Is now falling back behind Linus, who is now the front soft runner, as he is fighting Quinton for, as it stands right now, P11. Jericho has caught up to Vilzu and has got DRS. Is KP ignoring red flags? What's that for? Is it? I think it's an illegal overtake. I believe KP's got an illegal overtake for something. I believe that'll maybe be removed. As Ferry gets a 3 second at the back. Has he? K. Yeah, K looks to have spun it, as we'll be watching Jericho, because Jericho has caught up to Vilzu and has now got DRS. So does Pangri on Bo as well, as we see behind. Oh yeah, Quinton right up behind. This is interesting as well. Linus with the softs, Quinton with the hards. Quinton gets the move done before the corner. Ennis and Ivan. Ivan struggling with the softs. Switch back by Ivan as attempted, but doesn't work out. But Ivan is right behind Ennis. The grip difference is massive here. They'll go side by side. Ivan will send it a little bit more. Ennis will go slow, try to look for a switchback, but Ivan keeps the position. We go back to the front. The gap between Vilzu and Jericho is now down to about 5 to 6 tenths. Has he? Oh, Kaipi. Interesting. Having to wait for driver's behind, so he'll drop back down to P16. Probably even P. Oh, is Ferry in the pits? Yeah, in the pits. Saw Bashi have a moment there, accidentally trying to get to Jericho. So, oh, Vespa's gone. Yep, Vespa's gone. He's in the wall. Does he? I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like he does. Don't back off into the wall and he'll get rear wing. But yeah, Vespa spun and comes out P17. So yeah, unlucky to him. Believe he is the other driver. He did finish, but didn't score any points. That's Kane Ennis, isn't it? Yeah, Kane Ennis, the two Ferraris, of course, both reserves. So they'll both fight for fun. Well, not for fun, but they'll both fight. Yeah, Jericho is still super close to Vilzu. Keeping around 4 tenths, as it looks like Jericho's going to go on the move. He is ERS on DRS activated. Jericho goes past Vilzu. Vilzu will challenge him. No, he won't. Jericho will get the move done before the corner. Vilzu will stick him behind. Yeah, so at the back, Jericho's actually just set a purple sector 2, but is now weaving off of Vilzu, as Vilzu has DRS. I believe he's not using DRS. No, he's at 14%, so it makes sense to save. So the top 10. Right, we'll watch for that. Looks like maybe a move. Yeah, move will get done into the corner. They'll go side by side. Jericho sets a fastest lap. Ferret will get the move done. Mashek will stick in behind by the looks of things. Yep, he'll stick in behind. Pangri. Oh, massively, something's happened here to Vilzu as Bo now will have DRS on Vilzu, and this will not help Pangri's. Pangri's always been close to Bo, very, very similar pace between both of them. As Pangri probably wanted to try get moved on, as he actually has a lot of ERS. He has just used Bo's DRS just to stay with him. He hasn't had to use ERS, and he's at 60%, massive advantage to the likes of Patuka, who is 6 seconds behind and has a 0%. Again at the back, turn 7. Something looks to be happening with Pangri. Pangri might have went AI mode. He's dropped out of the DRS. No, he's back. Something's happened to Pangri there, and he's fell out of the DRS of Bo. Yeah, no, there was no mistakes. I was watching. Bo might not even get DRS on Vilzu potentially, but it looks like he will. Pangri won't. Or yeah, Pangri won't. Bo will. So Bo will now continue to catch up with Vilzu. Pangri will have to try use his saved up ERS to catch up and catch the DRS back. Closest I see someone. Linus, did he spin? No. Just the times being different. Masiek is the closest to someone. He is behind Ferret de Souza. The Mercedes and the Haas. Mercedes scored 19 points last week. Masiek actually getting pole last week in Britain. With Vilzu, who currently sits P3, got P5. Masiek got P6 in the end. As Masiek goes 3 attempts clear of his best time, it looks like he may be going for a move. He's full ERS, turns off ERS just before. He'll have DRS, and he'll get past Ferret. Will Ferret try send it? Yes, he will, but it won't be much of a chat. Oh, whoa! Switch back yet. Ferret will still be there. But it looks like Mashek has got the position. Ferret will try to get him though, I imagine. On the DRS straight. Best exit here. And they've both got the same. Ferret using ERS already. We'll now turn DRS on, and we'll probably have the move done before the corner. Already hasn't done halfway down the straight. As it looks like he maybe locks up a little bit. I'm not so sure. K on Linus. Linus just lets K past. Looks like Linus is going strategical and just keeping DRS on the drivers in front, I imagine. I'm not so sure. I'm not sure. Oh wow, Vilzu has caught back up to Jericho. Looks like he's used the DRS and is now caught back up. So we've got a little DRS train forming from P2, possibly down to P5 soon if Pangri can catch up. If Vilzu, Bo and Jericho start fighting, as we see a yellow. Is that Bashi? No, it's the Haas of Nestek, who is now lapped and he's just lost his front wing even more. Unlucky to Nestek, but we'll see. Yeah, 3 driver DRS train right now, could potentially be 4 soon with Pangri. But we'll see Vilzu gaining. Won't be close enough though to try do anything to Cherigo. But we'll try to get the best exit you possibly can, and we'll turn on DRS. 5 attempts to Jericho. Okay, yeah, the soft runners, Ivan has one in the pits. As he softs, so it makes sense. So watch Bo, see how Bo is doing. He does have DRS. Pangri close to Bo, 1.3, was about 1.8 before. So potentially Pangri can catch up. There's again, we've got this brilliant camera view of an overhead view. It looks like Pangri loses time in this little section here at the end of sector 2. He loses sometimes maybe a tenth or so on the other drivers. So it's interesting to see what Pangri is doing here. Pangri is just trying to use his pace to catch up to Bo and them, as he is currently sitting at 60% ERS. I believe near the most in the race is Bashi. Bashi has a 6-second gap to his teammate Jericho. Alex, I think your prediction may be a little wrong. I might actually say this, maybe flip your prediction round and it might be right. Bashi, Pangri, Jericho, but it looks like Jericho there now. Jericho looks quite strong. The Bashi. Well, I mean, I believe his line, as he sets purple sector 1. It looks like he's using a bit of ERS as well. He was at 70 something, he's now at 52. So yeah, ERS is being used by Bashi, I believe, in this lap. Again, overhead camera view. You love to see it. I quite like this view. Shows a lot. As the DRS, Vilzu and Bo both like 8 tenths off of the drivers in front. Bo might not get DRS on Vilzu. He falls out. Does he? No, I think he just gets it. Does Bo get it? No, he doesn't. Bo is falling out of the DRS of Vilzu by like, I think it was like 1,000 for 100th. Something close like that. We'll see Vilzu, yes, Bashi, fastest lap of the race, gains 1.1 seconds of Jericho just in that lap alone, as he used only about maybe 25% ERS. So he is definitely saving. Patuka and Ferret fighting. Mashiek as well will get involved eventually, as he is DRS off of Ferret. As we'll see this camera view here, Ferret very, very close to Patuka, the Aston Martin and Haas driver. Patuka scoring 4 points last week in Britain as well, finishing in P8. Ferret not racing last week, not able to race. And Masiek as well, like I said. Yeah, it's the Quentin guy got DRS, I believe. So you see Ferret and Patuka, they're side by side, been side by side throughout this whole entire corner chicane. Interesting. Oh, Ferret's tried to go for the switchback, but has nearly made contact with Patuka. Patuka's went off track, I believe it was. It's Ferret. Oh, Ferret 3 seconds. That drops him back to about P10. So he loses most of his points because of that penalty he has just got. 9.3 second gap to Pangri as well. So the top 5 is massively pulling away now as well. Just the pace of the top 5 seems to be on another level currently as of right now compared to the drivers behind. As I think, Ferret and Patuka again fighting. Patuka nearly went side by side with Ferret, and it may be a send by Patuka here. Ferret's leaving the space for him, and they'll go side by side. It looks like they nearly made contact. Ferret isn't leaving much room, and kind of forces Patuka to... Oh! Not only does Pangri get a 3 second, Masiek manages to get Patuka because Patuka made a mistake. It's a little snap of oversteer and has made a mistake. And it looks like Quentin was going to try send it. We can see Patuka very, very eager to try catch back up, as Foley as well. fully ended P2 in last week's race, and it's now, I believe, a 5 driver, 6 driver, I'm not so sure. We're going to see. Oh, that was close. Quinten and Patuca fighting. Patuca's nearly went into the back of Masiek there. And they go side by side into this chicane. It's not the greatest. Quinten has got the position, I think, by maybe shoving Patuca a little wide. Quinten, massive mistake. Yeah, loses DRS. So the train is kind of split apart with that. I think K didn't spin. Ashos has just got the position. Yeah, he is. With Bo still having enough pace to keep it behind with Pangri. Since he's got his 3 seconds, it's fallen off. Quinten, oh, what's happened there? Any idea? Patuca's pitted. Quinten, Foley and Patuca all had like a massive moment there. I'm not sure what's happened. It might be damage, I'm not sure. Anyway, Foley and Quinten will go side by side. Foley gets spun. I believe he's not going to get overtaken by anyone, as the near person behind is Patuca. Oh yeah, ferret mistake. Is he? Wow. What happened? Into the wall or something? Oh, okay, so ferret has damage. And this has led to Masiek to be able to just get away. Yeah, so the train has collapsed. The whole. Oh, look who has just got a penalty. Vilzu with a 3-second time penalty. That will only just drop him down to P4, but it makes him lose his podium as Bo still behind with 50% ERS compared to Vilzu's 9. Bo's just been using the DRS to stay behind. And Vilzu as well. Oh, Jericho's in. Jericho's in the pits. I was about to say Vilzu will have DRS on Jericho. He does have the DRS, but he won't anymore as Jericho's into the box. And the medium tires will go on. For Jericho, it would be unfortunate if there was to be like a safety car or anything now. Yeah, they may try. Oh my. In the pits. In the pits. All retirements have been in the pits so far. Fair play to Nestek, by the way, who I think has been lapped by every driver on the grid near enough, and is still racing compared to Ferret, who's just left. Shows the dedication Nestek has. He'll still continue to race, because you never know. You may have a chance at getting points. There may be. Oh yeah, Bo's very close. Very close indeed. Jericho's came out 5 seconds behind Masiek, leaving. I'm gonna go back to watching Bo. Bo's ERSing. Bo wants it now. Bo wants the move now. Bo will ERS DRS. Vilzu. It's an easy move. Yeah. Oh no, it's not. Vilzu will still be there. Bo leaves him the room. But Bo's getting the traction as Vilzu goes into the pits. So Vilzu's also doing mediums. So does that possibly mean Bashi, Bo, and potentially Pangri as well, maybe changing their strategy to a hard soft? Potential, as it looks like Quinten has disconnected. He's joined back. Yeah, Quinten disconnected. Vilzu comes out on the mediums. Yeah, Vilzu comes out on the mediums. Will he get Foley? That's the question. He will. Bo 3. Bo 3. Wow, loads of drivers are getting penalties now. And there are loads of the top drivers as well. It's Patuca in P10. It's his new fastest lap of the race on the medium tyres. Yeah, fully on Vil. He's not ERSing this, I believe he's just doing what I would try do, which is just hang behind, use the DRS to keep up, as of course Vils on fresh mediums, Foley's on 15 lap old hards. Massive difference there. So Foley will just use the DRS as an advantage. Patuka and Astros. Patuka's absolutely sent it on Astros by the looks of things, because Patuka nearly didn't make the corner. He sent it that hard. So KP gets 3 seconds, P15. Bo's in. Bo isn't doing the hard to soft. Bo is in. Is he? No, he's going on mediums. Bo will pit onto the mediums now. Bashi still out on the hards and still doing extremely well. 12.3 second gap to Pangri, who is behind. And Bashi is only a tenth off his best time. So Bashi looks to have the pace to just stay on the hards and go softs at the end, as he's coming up on Lapin Vespa, who's currently P16. So we can see the top 3 massive gaps, with Jericho actually just being behind Mashek. I imagine if Pangri was to pit, he would come out, I think, maybe just behind. Quentin gets a penalty, currently says P7. Interesting. Bo looks to be weaving to try heat up the tyres as he is overtaking Quentin. Well, Quentin spun, I think. Ennis has... No. Ennis and Linus are in the pits. They're both on softs. Yeah, probably. So let's watch the front, see if any of the drivers pit. Bashi doesn't. Bashi stays out. Pangri also stays out. And Masiek, who has Jericho, Vilzu, Bo, and I guess you could say Quentin, Patuka and Astros as well, fair behind, Masiek stays out. So I think we're right. The front 3 are gonna push the hards as much as they can and go softs at the end, as Jericho, fastest lap of the race on the medium tyres, behind Masiek, will probably look to try get unlucky to Quentin there, 5 seconds. Of course, he was on the hards. Yeah. See, Ennis has a little spin in the background. Not in the background. And Ennis gets a 3 second as well. Damage? Or just driving? No, looks like no damage. No, no damage there, I believe. Jericho got the DRS on Masiek. Managed to gain the 5 something tenths gap it was to get the DRS, and has got it. Bo as well. Bo again up behind Vilzu, just like they were before they pitted. It's Vilzu, massive mistake. Bo's right behind now. Bo might even look for a move here, but Vilzu gets a good exit. But Bo's already on the ERS. He's eager to get past, as Bo will be on the ERS, and we'll get the move done. We'll have the move done before the corner quite easily here. And Masiek, does Masiek pit? Masiek stays out, yeah. So does Bashi, so does Pangri. So yeah, it's pretty clear. The front 3 will be boxing in 2-3 laps time to go onto these soft tyres, as Bo sets a new fastest lap of the race. He got past Vilzu, yeah, and he'll be looking to catch up to Jericho and Masiek, as Jericho's still looking to try to get past Masiek. Masiek being on 8% ERS as well. Jericho on 42, roughly 40, if you want to round it up. As imagine Jericho might turn on ERS here. Yeah, ERS is already on. He just wants to get past him. He's lost so much time to the cars ahead. ERS, he turns it back on, uses a little bit of it, has the ERS on. Masiek won't go on the move here, I believe. Yeah, just stays behind, goes a bit wide. May allow Bo to get DRS. Yeah, looks like Bo might be able to snatch DRS off of Masiek. Potentially. Yeah, Bo. Oh, he gets it. I believe he gets it. Yeah, Bo gets it. So a train again. Jericho, Masiek, Bo and Vilza. 4 driver train for only 1 podium spot. Bo and Vilzu though both have 3-second time penalties, so I guess you could say it's between Masiek and Jericho, even though Masiek still has to box. Ennis gets another 3-second time penalty. As I don't see any, I mean the only fighting I see at the back is Linus and Ennis, but they're really having fun at the back. They're probably in the same voice chat. You can see here them having a few fights. Although both of them scored last week, Ennis finishing P10 and Linus getting the fastest lap, I imagine they may take it a bit serious towards the... Oh wow, Ennis went fast through that corner. Oh, the exit. The exit for Ennis is so much better than Linus. And I imagine we'll get the move done. Who is? Bo and Masiek. What's happened to Masiek? Oh, okay. So Masiek falls behind. And what Bo is that could be very tactical, you know, because Bo looks like he won't have any DRS now on Jericho, which then allows Vilzu, who is behind within a second, to get the DRS. That is some tactics there. And Masiek, I imagine, using the DRS, may box this lap. Who I think he'll come out P8, I believe, if he was to box this lap. As I imagine, he doesn't even know. Wow, these hard runners are going a long time. Bashi and Pangri actually staying around the same pace now. It's been 12.8, 12.9 for a good 3-4 laps now. So both on quite even pace now. On both 20 lap old hards. I imagine it's got to be this lap or next lap. They're both going to box for soft tyres, I believe it should be. That's why they've stayed extra long on the hard tyre. Surprised to say this, 0 safety cars. Am I speaking of the devil when I think Ennis has spun? With Bashi as well as coming up on lapping Ennis and Linus. So Bo's trying to catch up to Jericho, but he's still not able to kind of stay within the 1 second gap. But Vilzu still within a second and continues to snatch DRS off of Bo. Bashi stays out another lap. And Pangri, on the pits. Ennis is retired in the pits. Another retirement in the race. You've got to say respect to Nestek. He's still going after being lapped by, I think, every driver in this race. And a few drivers twice, I think. Did he? As Vilzu's this fight between Bo and Vilzu is really entertaining because, of course, this is for P4 and at 12 points it would be. Vilzu, of course, last week got 10 points, finished P5, so he'll be looking to probably finish around the same spot, actually. This might be quite funny. Masiek, of course, still has the box, but currently the Mercedes sit in the same spot they finished last week. Vilzu P5, Masiek P6. They finished that in Britain and they currently sit like that as of right now, 22 laps in to the Miami Grand Prix. Bashi and Pangri, will they finally pit? Bashi's 7 tenths down on his Sector 1, Sector 2 time. I imagine now is the time, surely. Will he pit? Yes, he will. Bashi is in the pits. Will he get a 5? No, he will not. Pangri, I imagine may. Yeah, he did a little bit. I'm watching as well, so could be reports. Pangri does not cross. Pangri keeps it within the white lines. Pangri could potentially report Bashi for that if Pangri is able to, of course, close the gap. Bashi's went on mediums? Okay, there's something happened there. Bashi went on the mediums with Pangri on the softs. But Pangri, of course, falls back. This is going to be interesting. Bashi, I think, is on the wrong tyre, and this could potentially allow a top 4 battle as Bashi needs to warm his tyres. This is going to be really, really interesting. Maybe tactics may lead to Bashi. Yeah, Bashi's weaving. May allow Jericho to catch up a little bit, as he is Bo behind with DRS and Velzu behind with DRS. As let's actually check the penalties. So as it stands, Bo is 3, Velzu is 3, Pangri has 3, Patuka has 3, Quentin has 8, Astro has 5, K has 3, KP has 3, and Vespa has 3. It'll be interesting to see this if Pangri is able to catch up with the soft tyres. Pangri looks like AI mode maybe now. Not sure. Were you saying Ivan there? Because I saw a yellow flag. Yeah, this is a... Yep, Jericho's caught up to Bashi. It is now a front 4 battle. Bashi and Jericho for P1 and 2. Looks like it may be what happened between me and Alex in F3, a Mercedes P1 and 2. Looks like it may be a Red Bull P1 and 2 in Miami here. But who will get P3 is the question. Will Bo be able to keep it for his first race this season and first race in the league, as he's new this season, to potentially get his first podium? Or will Velzu manage to catch up and take it off of him? K's disconnected, I believe. Interesting thing as well, Bo has 1 lap tyre difference to Velzu, has an advantage of 1 lap. Also around the same ERS, Bo used a little bit there, so he's down 4-5% on Velzu. Velzu right now, for example, on 27, Bo's on 22. Pangri with another 3. So I think Pangri is getting P6 by the looks of things. I was going to say he could miss out on Patuka, but Patuka has a 3 second as well, so it doesn't matter much. So 5 more laps of the Miami Grand Prix. Masiek speeds in the pit lane. Not the greatest there. He'll box after 24 laps onto the soft tyres. Where will he come out is the question. Of course, he just got a 5 second, which is unfortunate. Looks like he'll come out in front of Quentin. Quentin also has 8 seconds, I believe. So Masiek, yeah, looks like he'll get out in front. It looks like, unless he spins, looks like he may be able to keep P8. We go back to the front. Bashi has dropped Jericho. Jericho has dropped 2.4 seconds behind Bashi. He was around about 1 second before. Bo has dropped back from Jericho as well, not getting DRS anymore, which is massive for Velzu, who is still around 5 to 6 tenths behind Bo, which means Velzu might be going on the move now. Or is he just using... No, he's just using the ERS to stay with Bo. Looks like Velzu will go for a very, very late move, I believe, on Bo. Maybe the last lap or the last 1 or 2 laps, a move will get done. So I believe as well, with Bashi sitting that fastest lap, Red Bull currently have max points. Is Bashi slow? Bashi's slow. Bashi is slowed down to help Jericho. This is interesting. Bashi has just slowed down a whole second to help Jericho. Oh, that's why. That is why. Oh my goodness. Jericho has just gained a 3 second time penalty. And will now have DRS off of Bashi. That's maybe plans But this allows, so that kind of, I'm not going to say it confirms Bashi's P1, but as of right now, if Bashi doesn't crash and stays ahead, he will get P1. But P2 is now up for grabs as well, as all top 4 drivers around 7 tenths within one another. Jericho to Bashi, Bo to Jericho, and Velzu to Bo. As, let's see, DRS, yeah, DRS for Jericho, Bo, and Velzu. All, so the front 4, like I said a few laps ago, the front 4 hopefully would fight, and that is what is happening. The front 4 fighting in the last few laps, very similar to what happened between me, Alex, and Lockig in F3. Quite a few last lap battles. I believe Ivan Belov has spun again. Yes, he has. He's been overtaken by a few cars as he's waited for them to go past. Jericho falling behind from Bashi again. Bashi has some incredible pace on this track. As Bashi got pole, and I believe currently his fastest lap. Bashi's looking to go 27 points by the looks of things. Yeah, he could. He is fastest lap by nobody else is in 28s, and Bashi is a 28.3, so that's quite unbelievable there. Bashi looks probably, because he got pole and his fastest lap and his P1, so may take away 27 points from him. Max points you can in a race week. Velsu is close. Velsu is very close. Oh no. Ivan's ghost wasn't the greatest of time there for that. Velsu, will he try going a move? I thought that was rain. It's rain at the end of the race. Well, I mean, it was set to have rain at the end of the race, but it wasn't supposed to be this late, I believe. It was supposed to be like inter conditions. But this, it might have to be, you have to box onto inters. Imagine if you, oh, Ivan has retired. Nestic, got to respect it. Like I've said, he's still going, and he's pitted for soft. Nestic wants fastest lap. He's stayed in this race and is going for fastest lap. He's down 3 tenths on his time, which won't. DRS disabled, so it could potentially be. Oh wow! Vils is gone. Vils has been massively hit by this rain. Yeah. Bo's still managing to, so it looks like this might be the podium potentially. Yes. Wow, it's massive rain. This is the second last lap. I wouldn't imagine everyone would box onto inters, but it may be a struggle for the drivers. Will we see anyone? No, nobody will go on inters except KP. KP has went on to the inters, who is P11. Interesting tactic. I imagine the drivers will stay on the mediums. There's no point in boxing, right? Yeah, Bashi stays, Jericho stays. Bo's in the wall! Bo's went into the wall! Bo's went into the wall. Vilzu's catching. I believe Bo's got damage. It doesn't look like it, but Vilzu might have his chance. A wet surface on dry tyres. What will happen here? Jericho falling off the back of Bash. Oh my goodness, they're all struggling. Jericho is massively wide. Bashi is wide as well. Bo is managing to keep it in track limits. Vilzu is keeping it fine as well. Pangri on softs is fully spun. Oh no! Masiek and Petuka both fighting. What are their penalties? Oh, Masiek is 5, Petuka is 3. So Vilzu Oh, Vilzu's went wide! Yeah, Vilzu's podium possibility is gone. Well, these conditions is incredible. Look at this, is unbelievable. These conditions. No, do you see the drivers trying to rev? They're trying to gear up and it's not even letting them gear up because of how wet the surface is on the dry tyres. But it's the last lap and the last few corners. A very eventful race, but Bashi stays P1. Oh, Jericho! Oh, Boo's nearly gone this. Oh my goodness, Vilzu. What have we just saw? What? No. Oh my goodness. Oh! Jericho spun again. He reverses, but gets P3. What is that? What is that for a finish? Jericho has spun. He's reversed over the line. Bo goes off into P2. Vilzu finishes P2 or P3 on track, I'm not so sure, but drops to Jericho, drops to P4 because of the 3-second penalty which he got on the last lap. Oh my, what was that? But what? 20. Oh, you've got to feel sorry for Jericho. Oh, that's really annoying. P2 so much of the race, as I believe we're just waiting for Astros and K to come across the line. So we see Vilzu saying here he got an illegal overtake when McLaren spun. So that's interesting. Maybe Vilzu would have actually got the place on Bo, but got an illegal overtake, had to let him past. Could be a report. Driver of the day is Quinton. Quinton gets driver of the day. But that is the Miami Grand Prix. As you saw, it was dry throughout the whole race. And then, at the very, very end, it became so wet that nobody boxed onto any inter conditions. Inter tyres, and everyone raced wet on dry tyres. But this is the final. This is the race standings. Bashi has pole position, fastest lap, and P1 takes home 27 points, the maximum amount of points you possibly can take away in a race week. P2, Bo, his first race in Ero in the actual league itself, he manages to get to P2 after an unlucky spin of Jericho, who gets P3 as he overtakes Vilzu, who finished P3 on track but fell to P4 because of having another 3-second penalty. And in the rest of the grid, we have Petuka in P5, Pangri in P6, Masiak in P7, Quinton in P8, Foley P9, KP P10. I think I've said that wrong. I'm sorry. I think I've said that right. I'm sorry if I've said it wrong during the race. And then the rest we have Astros, K, Vespa, Linus, Nestic, Ivan, Ennis, Ferry, and Mike. Wow, that's a race. That was a race. Yeah, no safety cars during the race, which is really interesting. So, yeah, that is the end of today's Formula 2 PlayStation Ero race in Miami. You can tune in first off, you can tune in tomorrow at 6 PM UK time, I believe. There is PlayStation F1 and PC F1. So tune into both of them. The top drivers in both PlayStation and PC will be driving there. So definitely tune into those. And then next week, if you want to watch F2 more, the same time, 7 o'clock British time on a Saturday will be F2, and next week is Austria. So in Austria as well is a sprint race weekend. So I believe it was 43 laps or something. There's going to be a sprint race which is 12 something laps, and then another 50% race as well on top of that. So it'll be a very eventful week next week with loads of carnage, I imagine, in the sprint and the race. But yeah, that is all from me. Alex, you want to say anything else? Alright, and that's it. So yeah, if you want to join, if you want to race, of course you can join the Discord. Will be on YouTube, I imagine, and you can subscribe to the channel, like this live stream, of course. And yeah, that is all from me. That is all from Alex. Thank you for watching today's race, and next week, if you're watching F2, we'll see you then. Adios.